Hey, what is up guys? I'm KBHD here, and you know what today is? Today is April 1st, 2013, which means, of course, you guys know it is April Fool's Day. That being said, try not to, at least for the next 24 hours, try not to take anything you see on the internet, sort of headlines or product announcements, too seriously. But that being said, the internet's usually a pretty fun place on April Fool's Day, so without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and count down the top 5 companies that have been doing a pretty awesome job with their April Fool's pranks for the last couple of years. A lot of these are internet-based companies, but they're all tech-related companies, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and check those out. Starting with 5. Number 5 is Reddit. On April 1st, 2010, Reddit made everyone on the site an administrator, which means everyone had the ability to edit post titles, to upvote things as much as they want, and to ban users, which of course sent the entire site into deep and utter chaos. But I think for April Fool's Day, that was actually a pretty hilarious idea. But even more fun, on April 1st, 2011, instead of being able to gift other users Reddit Gold, you could only gift other users Reddit Mold. Now what Reddit Mold did, if you were gifted Reddit Mold, it would slowly, one by one, take away the amount of characters you had to comment on a post. So you were unable to, at first, use the letter E, and then the letter B, and then the letter F. And as you got more and more Reddit Mold gifted to you, you would be slowly reduced until the last 3 letters you had were M, P, and H to leave all your comments on Reddit, and hilarity ensued. Number 4 is actually Toshiba. Now, they haven't been all that great in the past, but one of their most recent ones, in fact, last year in 2012, was pretty hilarious. And they basically put out this video saying, hey, you know what? Apple's dominating the tablet game, and we know that. We recognize that. But you know what? All tablets out there are pretty much the same. Everyone is using rectangles. Every tablet is a rectangle. So they put out this really dedicated spoof video introducing 3 new tablets, a circular tablet, a heart-shaped tablet, and a rhombus. I think my favorite was definitely the rhombus. The rhombus-shaped tablet, I mean, out of all the shapes they could have picked to introduce as a comedic sketch, that one was pretty funny. So Toshiba gets props at number 4 for their awkward-shaped tablets. Number 3 is YouTube. You probably saw this one coming, but every year on April Fool's Day, YouTube has some of the geekiest April Fool's Day pranks. So for example, in 2011, YouTube on every single video put a 1911 button to celebrate their 100th anniversary. Not really, but they put a 1911 button on every video where if you clicked it, it would add a sort of a yellowish and graininess to give every video on YouTube an antique look, and it worked for every single video, which actually takes a lot more effort than you might think. In 2010, it was even more geeky. Below the 1080p button, below the 720p button, below the 480p button, and below the 240p button, there was a text P button, which would display every video on YouTube if you clicked it in ASCII art, which is actually a really difficult feat to accomplish, but they said they had a whole page dedicated to how it increases the literacy of YouTube users, but it was hilarious. And yeah, it was actually really technically complicated to pull off, but it worked, and every single video could be played as moving text on the screen. This year on YouTube, the prank isn't quite as geeky for April Fool's Day, but it is still pretty funny. They're going to be shutting down YouTube, and for the next 10 years, picking a video that wins. A video that wins all of YouTube. It's pretty hilarious. You should watch the video down below. I'll have all the pranks down below the like button on this video that I'm referring to during the course of this video, so you can check them out and relive them. They're all below, and they're pretty funny, so check them all out. Number 2 is ad block. A lot of people on the web use an ad blocker, especially Adblock. Adblock Plus is one of the most popular things on the web, so they tend to have a lot of power on the web because a lot of people rely on their service for a streamlined, smooth, clean internet with no ads. That being said, on April 1st last year, they replaced every ad that would have been blocked on the internet with a picture of a cat. That's what they did. And that was probably the best thing they could have ever done, because the internet needs more cats. Well done. And number 1, you probably saw this one coming also. It has got a long history of April Fool's Day pranks on the internet. Google. They're basically the masters of this stuff. Google's April Fool's Day hoaxes go as far back as the year 2000, where they introduced a new product called Mentalplex, which convinced users to stare at a spiraling circle in the middle of their screen and think of what they wanted to Google search, which was sort of the beginning of a tradition of a lot of geeky and well done and well produced and funny and hilarious April Fool's Day pranks. In the past few years, Google's April Fool's Day stuff has gotten more and more dedicated and hilarious and well produced. In 2008, they launched 14 hoaxes, one of which was called Gmail Time, which allowed you to timestamp your emails whenever you wanted to, basically in the future or the past or whenever you want. In 2010, Google changed their name to Topeka in honor of the city that also temporarily changed their name to Google. And in 2011, there was the legendary Gmail motion, which allowed users to supposedly compose their emails by flailing their body parts around, moving around, and basically using a body language form of sign language to create the emails that you want to send. That was probably the best thing Google's done in a long time. It was funny, the video was funny, the concept was funny, it was hilarious, and it was a really well done video.
To send a message, lick a stamp and place it down.
Google is always doing something neat for April Fool's Day. This year, so far what I've seen is Google Knows, which is going to allow you to smell what you want to search. If you search for lemon, you get to click the scent button and smell your monitor and smell lemons. And they also introduced a new product called Google Treasure Map. So if you go to Google Maps today, it's going to look a lot like a treasure map, and it's an old style, and I don't think there's actually treasure on it, but I bet someone's going to find some Easter egg where you actually find some sort of neat stuff in there. So go ahead and check it out. Like I said, all the links are down below. Either way, thank you for watching this quick video, and hey, enjoy the internet today, guys. Today is a pretty good day to just not take things seriously and laugh at some headlines that you'd usually only see in The Onion. Either way, if you see anything else that's awesome, definitely leave it in the comment section below. I'll be updating the description below the like button with all the new things that we find together over the course of these next 24 hours, so it'll be sort of an archive of the best internet hoaxes that happened today. Either way, like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.